Okay, I had like filmed a whole thing and for some reason there was no sound. And isn't that always a problem with filming so much and not checking over your shit until you're ready to edit it? I wanted to tell the story of the time that someone tried to break into my place and why I don't sleep well at all, like ever. Um so I we used to live in Chicago. I was newly married. Well, I'd been married maybe a year, and I was pregnant with my first kid. And I used to get so tired during the day that I would need to nap. And so I'm like in my early 20s, and my husband was working way on the north side, and we were living on the south side of Chicago in kind of a bad neighborhood. Okay, like there were drug problems, there was a lot of like gang activity and whatnot, and I was home alone. So my husband was at work, and I remember that morning, sometime after he left, someone rang the bell, but I wasn't expecting anybody. We live on the third floor. We did not have like an intercom system or whatever, so I just ignored it. Like, we didn't even have like a camera. I had no way to I had no intercom. I couldn't ask who it was or buzz them in or anything like that. So I just basically ignored it and thought maybe somebody was ringing the wrong bell. So I went about my business. I ended up taking a nap, and I remember waking up and because I had to pee. So I went to the bathroom. Thank God I just had to pee. Went to the bathroom, and the next thing I know, I was wondering where my cats were. I hadn't seen my cats. I had 3 cats, okay? Ryoko, Tenchi, and Sketches. And I remember looking for them, and they were in the back room. Now, this was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, but the bedrooms were like extremely tiny, and we had this enclosed back porch, okay? If you don't know exactly what that is, I don't know if that's just a thing that they do in Chicago or what. I've never seen them out here in LA. But basically, you have a back porch with stairs going up. We lived on the 3rd floor. And at some point, the landlord or whatever had construction people to enclose it. Basically, put wood all around it to make it an indoor porch. Okay? Which is stupid. I still don't know why people do that. It's not like having a whole nother room. You still have to go in and out of the back door and unlock it, lock it, whatever. So we were supposed to keep the downstairs door locked. So if you had to take out your trash, you had to go out your back door, go down the stairs, and then go out another door, then walk down the walkway to the alley to drop off your trash in the dumpster. Okay. That being said, someone must have left that downstairs door unlocked this time. They weren't supposed to. I don't know what neighbor did it, but somebody did. And so I had forgotten about the doorbell ringing earlier that day. Okay? Totally out of my mind. I see my cats, all 3 of them lined up, looking at the same place. They're looking at the back window that leads to the back porch, to the back enclosed porch. I looked to see what they're looking at, and I could see like a shadow. And we had one of those air conditioners that my husband bought from like Best Buy. It's like one of those small ones that you put in the window, and it had those like little accordion strips on either side to like be able to, you know, push it in there, and then you screw it in or whatever, so it takes up the whole window. Yeah, someone was unscrewing that. And so I called my landlady. Well, at this point, I didn't know they were unscrewing it. At this point, I just saw somebody. I heard a noise on my back porch, and I could see kind of a shadow. So I called my landlady, Kim, and I said, do you have somebody working here today? Because she had just had somebody working there yesterday. And I knew that for a fact. And she said, no one's scheduled to work today. Why? I told her, and she was like, get out of the apartment. Call 911. I'm calling 911 right now. And I said, okay. Hung up with her, and that's when the person got the side accordion thing loose. Like, I could see hands with black gloves sliding the accordion thing across. I panicked. I'm like 5 months pregnant at this point. I scramble, run to my neighbors. My cats like hints what was going on, and they went and hid. Like, they went under like the sofa and just like scattered. I went and hid. I went and ran to my neighbor's house through the front. Knocked on her door, no answer. Starting to panic and cry, run downstairs to the second landing. Again, this is in the front of my building. Start knocking on that neighbor's door, no answer. I'm panicking. I have the phone in my hand, my cell phone, and that's when I hear my neighbor opening her door. Apparently, it just took her a minute to get to the door. I run up there. I tell her to lock the door behind her, because at this point, I didn't know if the bad guy, the supposed robber, was going to come through that window and come after me because, like, I was a witness and he wanted to keep me from going to the cops. I did not know how bad it was going to be. I don't know if this was some petty thief, if he had been planning this for weeks. Maybe because he saw us coming in with like Best Buy packages, the fact that my husband worked at Best Buy, wearing the Best Buy uniform, he just assumed that we had money, which we did not. We were like struggling as fuck, and with a baby on the way. Like, we were not rich, okay? We were not even hood rich. So I'm at my neighbor's house, telling her what happened. She locked the door frantically, of course, put her latch on. She called the cops. I'm sitting there hyperventilating and crying. My husband got home from work so fucking fast. Like, if you're from Chicago and you know the distance from Wicker Park to Bridgeport, he got there in like 10 minutes, yo. I swear to God. He must have gone through some red lights or something. Talking to the cops and my neighbors. I didn't even want to go back to my apartment. I was terrified. My husband took the thing out of the window. Nothing was taken. It looked like maybe the person, once they heard me inside, maybe they thought somebody wasn't home. They scrambled, left. They left the downstairs door to the enclosed back porch open. It was an extremely scary experience, and I haven't slept well since then. But at the same time, I wasn't sleeping well before then. Truthfully, I don't think I slept well ever. I mean, I want to say before I became a mom, I used to sleep better. But when I was like 15, 16 years old, I had trouble sleeping. I was always like awake at 2, 3 a.m. or awake until I saw the sun coming up. There were times when I was 15 and just like watching movies or writing. I've always been a writer. I've written for several publications since I've been an adult, but as a kid I thought I was going to be a filmmaker or a poet, and I was up at like 5 a.m. writing what I thought was going to be, you know, some life-changing shit, and wasn't thinking about sleep until now. I'm 41, and sleep is a luxury that I do that I cannot afford now that I have 4 kids. So the trauma of sleep, the idea of sleeping and something bad happening while I'm asleep. I always think about, if I had continued to sleep that day, would I have woken up, come into the dining room, looking for my cats, and coming face to face with some bad guy with a gun? I mean, I don't know if he had a gun. I don't know if he had any kind of weapon. I don't know if he was just some drug addict looking for something to quickly sell on the street. I really don't know. And that's terrifying, because what if I had been killed? And my baby too. And that keeps me from sleeping at night. That keeps me from sleeping. And when I do sleep, I have these nightmares of someone breaking into my place. I have these nightmares where I get home and it's never this apartment. It's rare. No, I'm not gonna say never. It's rarely ever this apartment. It's either a place from my childhood or a place I've never seen before. And I live there, and it's like I get home from someplace and there's some bad guy hiding in a closet waiting to jump out at me and grab me. I've had these dreams where I call the cops and it takes them a long time to show up, or long time dream wise. You know how dream time works. So yeah, that's my traumatic story of the time that I could have been killed, I guess, or abducted. I don't know. And all these years later, it haunts me. It's been, my oldest is 15 now, so Ani's 15. It's been almost 16 years then, when I was pregnant and some guy tried to break in to my place. So I've had therapy, and I will seek therapy again at some point to work through it. But yeah, the PTSD struggles are fucking real when you have this in the back of your head, even when it's not in the front of your head. It's not like I'm thinking about this every day, but then I go to sleep at night and my brain replays some sort of apocalyptic, cryptic bullshit that didn't even fully happen, but my mind is still in the stages of what if. What if that person had gotten in? What if I didn't wake up when I did? What if my cats were not sitting there staring at the window? What if I hadn't gone to look for my cats? What if my neighbor wasn't home? You know, all of these. What if my cell phone didn't dial? There's a lot of what ifs that my mind has hung on for all these years, and thinking about what if Ani had never been born because I was taken out. And I was only 5 months pregnant at the time. So that's my story of why I don't sleep. Hopefully the sound recorded this time, because I've been recording for 13 minutes. Also, do you like my braids? I like them. They kind of hood, kind of hip hop. They're cute though, right? It's fun. So thank you for watching me. Thank you for 100 subscribers. Thank you to all who watched this video. Like and subscribe. And what am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say smash that like button. Smush the like button. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified with notifications. And be notified of my notifications. Bye.